What is up, guys? Welcome to the KC Sports Meme Podcast. This is Megatron. I will be hosting this episode. I'm here with Marvin and Tony. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. I hope all the listeners are doing great
I'm good
tonight
too.
or whenever you're watching. I asked and you didn't respond.
Ladies first.
True.
Thanks, Marvin.
Anytime.
We've got a good show lined up. We would talk about the non-NFL sports summaries. We'll go over the fantasy busts and injuries. We'll do a Chiefs recap. We'll look at the key games from this past week, and we'll look forward to week 3. But before we get into things, I want to talk about a company that reached out to us, Phoenix, and they're a workout supplement company that sells supplements, gear, apparel, and they're a company that I personally love and use often. I've never been disappointed with their products or their customer service, but they have given us a code for you all to use if you would like to buy something from their site. It is www.fnxfit.com. And the promo code where you get 15% off your entire purchase is FNXKCSM. And yeah, they're a really great company, kind of newer. And like I said, they reached out to us, and I've loved getting to try their products. So jumping right into the show, we're going to look at overall sports recap. First of all, the NBA. The conference finals are going on. Miami and Celtics. Heat have won, or they've only lost 2 games in this playoff so far. In Game 4 on Wednesday night, and a big story now with the Lakers and Nuggets. Nuggets coming back down from the other night, down 16, and almost won until Anthony Davis hit the inbound pass and draining the 3 off the inbound pass. But on tonight's game, while we're recording this, Nuggets are currently winning. Looking at the MLB, Royals, they're in a 3-game series with the Cardinals now, and have already won 1 game. But again, as we're recording this, they're currently losing, which is not really a surprise.
5-0.
Yeah.
Predictable.
Yeah. I like that. I like this series. I like the 2 teams. Was it the Highway 70 series?
It's always a good series. We always seem to put up a fight in it. Well, not tonight, but
yeah.
Who won yesterday, though?
Yeah, that's true. We did.
Yep.
And looking towards the playoffs, I mean, season's almost over for MLB, and I have it down that 7 teams so far have clinched the playoff spot.
Cubs made
So
it.
it should be interesting. Oh, Cubs did make it,
Yeah,
so
they made it
that would
shortly.
make it 8.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see how that is, because usually the intense, playoff atmosphere with the fans there, but no fans for MLB still. So
Yeah, they need to start getting that in check. For sure.
Well, there's talk that they might have fans at the World Series, so we'll see how that goes.
I hope playoffs.
Yeah.
Push for playoffs.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. Because I mean, you look at the hype, right? I mean, you're in the playoffs, and
Yeah, you got to have that home field advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna be hard to do when you're in a bubble.
True.
It's true.
Last I heard, they're still gonna do the playoffs in a bubble, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Let's hope that changes.
Yeah. Another sport, still without fans, NHL. The finals are going on right now. Tampa Bay versus Dallas. Series is tied 1-1. And then Sporting KC, still doing good. They're down 1 point from Seattle in the Western Conference. So that'll be pretty close there. The next thing we have to talk about is fantasy busts. I also put this with injuries because injuries have been insane. I started listing them, and the list just doesn't stop. Really, I mean, you got Drew Lock, Cortland Sutton, just from Broncos. You got Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, and then just from 49ers, I think there was another player that I saw that I forgot to put on here too, but you got Garoppolo, Mostert, Nick Bosa. And 49ers still won on Sunday. I mean, it was versus the Jets, but still, they still won on Sunday. It'll be interesting to see, I mean, how these teams do. I mean, they're losing key players.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you go back to the Broncos, right? Locke was supposed to be the guy. I mean, they're losing two key players there. I mean, they lost Miller at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Locke's out for what 2 to 6 weeks. So honestly, I think this is going to ruin some playoff chances. This is going to dim their hopes a little bit. I mean, they signed Blake Bortles. That's not going to be help, but you know, Driscoll, he looked okay. He looked decent. 2 touchdowns, 250 plus. Threw a pick, but you know, I'm picking Driscoll over Bortles any day, for sure.
Bortles went to the AFC Championship game in 2017.
Yeah, but
I know
plundered after that.
It was a glitch. I know.
Yeah.
And then, what are you guys' thoughts on the fantasy bus so far? Because I mean, some of these guys are first round picks. I mean, especially Barkley and McCaffrey. You know, those are guys that were drafted in the first round, or in some of my fantasy leagues, they were drafted, you know, as the first pick, like number 1 pick overall.
Yeah, Marvin, you want to go ahead?
Well, if I had a fantasy, I would be very disappointed. But I don't have a fantasy, so it really doesn't affect me.
It does make it difficult.
You look at I'm disappointed in some of these fantasy players. I mean, you talked about maybe the Chiefs here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just looking up some points. This is according to NFL.com. The Chiefs, Mahomes has 47 points. That's average for him. I mean, we're used to 30 points a week from him, right? 4 touchdowns. He's just playing average football.
Average.
This year is what I'm seeing from Mahomes. I mean, honestly, I think he's just being an average quarterback. I think we expect more from him. Okay, not just Mahomes. You look at Hill, for instance, pretty good, 37 points. But look at this. This stat was interesting. Watkins, Robinson, and Hardman total combined in 2 weeks, 44 points total.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. That's terrible for fantasy. So fantasy owners that have Chiefs players, yeah, they're those who have, you know, those guys I talked about, they might be a little disappointed.
Yeah, I am.
Me too.
I have Mahomes and Hill. I mean, they're average. I mean, he's a little over average, but those other guys, Watkins, Robinson, and Hardman, they're doing nothing with fantasy.
And I mean, Watkins has been putting up numbers in fantasy, though, is the thing. And so, I mean, that leaves the other two guys, because I have Hardman in one of my leagues, and I started him in the first week, and I didn't even bother starting him the second week. But, I mean, I know we'll get into it, too, but I think a big part of that was Sunday's game. Like, I don't think anyone saw any of that coming. But
yeah, that was. I thought the Chargers would be the number 1 in the division after that game. I thought, oh, Chargers got this, but no, Chiefs pulled it out.
Where have you been the last 2 years?
Like they always do.
So where have you been the last 2 years?
What do you mean?
Mahomes always wins from behind, most of the time anyway.
But it's
not that one Charger game 2 years ago that we
count
went to.
that one.
I mean, it's the Chargers.
It was a regular season game.
We never usually play good against the Chargers for some reason, and I mean, you saw it on Sunday, and then we've got a tougher division. I know this is off of this topic a little bit, but we've got a tougher division than I thought at first, because I mean, I was hoping Broncos would be in there, you know, in the fight some, and they were gonna be but then Miller going out on defense, that hurts the defense big time. and then they were going to have a real good offense, but then with the lockout and like Cortland Sutton out, like you're just getting all these guys that aren't. And then again, another game we'll talk about here in a few minutes, but I mean the Raiders game, like I did not see that coming. Like the
So
Raiders
I
actually
can't
being
wait to talk
good,
about
so.
that.
I can wait.
Yeah, no, I agree. Week 2 was eventful. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Also, another one I want to bring up, Megatron, before we move on, but Barkley,
yeah.
Saquon, he has been disappointment. He's first round, top 3 for fantasy like draft, and he has 15 points for fantasy, and he's on, of course, injury reserve. But man, he's been a bust too, and it's disappointing to fantasy owners out there who have him. And yeah,
I am
Yeah, I mean,
very
we talked about
disappointed.
that. We talked about that last week. He had, what was it, 9 rushing yards, or was it less? Like,
I think it was 15 rushing yards, or maybe 6.
I think it was
I think it was
6.
6.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was 6.
and that was just the first week. That wasn't even like that was before he got injured and everything. So
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely disappointing
crazy year for fantasy.
for sure.
It's definitely a 2020 year for fantasy.
2020. Oh, I saw a post about the Broncos were like, what was it, 2020 no or something like that.
Really though,
2020.
with I mean these teams, the injuries and fantasy in general, but yeah. So moving on to our next point, let's look at some of the key games from this last week. Tony, you want to go ahead and start us off with that?
Yeah. So, Bronco game. That was, again, we were going into this year with high expectations. Locke last year, proving himself, coming in, losing the first game. Okay, it was the Titans, AFC title game, and yet we lose. All right, we come play the Steelers. Locke gets hurt. Our his season could be drifting away. But this game, Steelers are 2-0 now. Steelers top of the division. Roethlisberger's proven himself. He's coming back, throwing 311 yards in that game against Denver. And I mean, scored 26 points. Steelers did kind of allow the Broncos to come back a little bit, but they still got the win. So Steelers, they're going to be a contender in the AFC. Broncos, they're going down a little bit for that game. So
We'll see how that
yeah.
goes too with the Steelers. I mean, they're playing Houston this next week, so I think once they
That'll be a good game.
start playing teams that actually are playing good, and not because I mean they played Giants the first week and then Broncos, and then they're playing an injured Broncos team really. So we'll see. Like you said, they're 2-0. We'll see how good they keep it up.
Right. Yeah. So that game was sad for Bronco fans. Also, I guess continuing on for me, right?
Yeah.
For the other game. All right. So Sunday Night Football. This was an eventful game. This game was fun. Seattle takes on New England. Got 2 young quarterbacks. Cam Newton on his new team, coming back, losing the first week, winning the first week, and then coming to face the Seattle Seahawks. And I got to say a couple things. Firstly, Cam Newton played awesome. I mean, almost throwing for 400 yards in passing, running for almost 50. He had a great game against Seattle. Of course, then now I said this last podcast, Russell Wilson is my MVP and the candidate for MVP. Well, he's my choice now for MVP. I mean, 5 touchdowns, coming in, leading his team to the win. Russell Wilson is going to win MVP this year. I can just see that. And Seattle's going to be good.
I could see that. Only because who else? Who else is there? I mean, I know he has like his key guys, but like MVP, most valuable player. I hate that. Sometimes Mahomes isn't in that category, but at the same time, even though I do think he is the best in the league because no one's doing what he's doing. I mean, this season, like you said, he's kind of playing average. He hasn't been the Mahomes that we always see him as um, yet. Keyword on yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, he has Hill, Kelsey, all these guys, and then now with Edwards-Helaire, so it's hard to put him, especially for the unbiased NFL, like the ones that are choosing for MVP. It's hard to put him at MVP when he has all those options. He has all those guys he just has to put the ball there and they'll make the play. And yeah, he is
Well, yeah.
the one making the big play, but like with Wilson, I mean, he's doing a lot of that. Like he's doing the work.
Yeah, I guess see what matters. I mean, yeah, Wilson has stats. MVP's cool, but Mahomes he's got the. I mean, who are people looking for to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think it's Seattle. I think it's Kansas City, and that's what matters. Super Bowl matters. So yeah, Russell's MVP, but can he go to the Super? I think they have potential to go to the Super Bowl, but they're not winning it.
Yeah, not this year.
No, Browns are this year.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they had a good win Thursday night.
It was Cincinnati.
They did.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it was a good game. I knew it was going to be because, I mean, neither one of them are good, but.
Well,
hey, you look at Burrow. Burrow played pretty well.
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, he did. 3 touchdowns, 316.
No.
Marvin,
No.
go away.
I watched that game. That dude played terribly.
To your standards.
To my standards, that's right. I am a Matt Castle fan, after all.
That's true. All right, Marvin, what games do you got?
All right, just a second. Let's see. I got Tampa Bay and Carolina.
Ooh.
Yep, that was a game. Brady threw for 23 passes on 35 attempts, had 217 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 interception, 1 fumble. Last week I said he gets sacked 2 times. He did not get sacked at all. I guess that's pretty good. As for Fournette, he had 12 carries, 103 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and Mike Evans had 1 receiving touchdown and 7 receptions for 104 yards. So for Tampa, it was a lot better compared to last week when they couldn't do anything. As for their opponent, Carolina, Teddy Bridgewater threw for 33 passes on 42 attempts, 367 passing yards, so he threw more than Brady did, which was actually impressive. I think Teddy did pretty good. He had 2 interceptions, though, which was not good. He had 5 sacks. That's not great. 1 fumble, and as for their star running back, he had 18 carries, 59 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns, I believe. And he got injured. That's unfortunate. And Tampa Bay won 31-17. And my thoughts on this are, like I said last week, the Buccaneers are the Browns on steroids. Your thoughts?
I can see that. That's a very fair assessment of the team.
Yeah, they're not the Patriots.
Nope.
For sure. You got some, is this going to be another Patriot team? No.
Nope, not even close.
It was good to see them get their first win, but I mean, Brady, I mean, yeah, he had the passing touchdown, but I mean, he had the interception too. So what? I think he's 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this season, right? Like he's tied in that.
It's ratio, yeah, equal. Yep.
Well, the vibe I'm getting from Brady this season is he doesn't seem like that superstar quarterback he's been the past 20 years. He just seems average. He doesn't seem special anymore.
And I mean, yeah, what does that mean for his legacy? I mean, yeah, he left the legacy there in New England, but I mean, I said the same thing with Gronk. I think to you, Tony, when we were watching one of the games, he comes back to play. Well, I think especially with Gronk, he comes back to play, and I mean, I put him on there as one of the best of all time as tight end, and aside from injuries, because with the injuries, he didn't have the numbers, he didn't have everything, but then he comes back and he's not doing anything. That's going to be another season added on there on his career, list where he didn't do much. And that's, I mean, the same thing for Brady, I think, is, oh, okay, this all-star, greatest of all time quarterback goes to a team, and now he's old, and now he's, not really doing anything. So maybe it was, Belichick, maybe it was the Patriots organization.
Montana had more success with the Chiefs than Brady has right now with the Buccaneers.
True.
Montana proved it was him.
Very true.
Yeah, Gronk he's not doing anything stats wise, and Brady. Yeah, I agree. Brady's not looking like himself. I mean, should have quit when he was on top.
Super Bowl 51 would have been the perfect send out.
6 Super Bowls, yeah. But no, he wants to keep on keeping on.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's only been 2 games, but still. Not very impressed so far.
Yeah, not a good start.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, next week, Buccaneers play the Broncos. So
easy win.
That might be pretty easy for them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, Denver's got Blake Bortles. He got,
Blake Bortles.
that guy. He's a superstar quarterback, So
yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah,
when he feels like it. All right, so I guess we'll move on to the next team. And I don't really want to talk about this one that much because if I had fantasy, I would not be very happy. So I wrote a little poem to show my frustrations for what happened last night. And I like the Saints. I like Drew Brees. It was very painful to write this. But, whatever. I've got to read it. I might cry. Oh, Uncle Drew, what did you do? You lost to Vegas, didn't you? Your star receiver wasn't there for you, which meant you didn't know what to do. You threw it here and there and everywhere, but in the end, you couldn't throw the ball anywhere. You lost to the Raiders, which will probably get you some haters, but not to worry, I still believe in you, even though it really doesn't matter from my point of view.
I like it.
There you go.
It was terrible. Drew Brees had...
It was terrible.
Of course, I didn't watch it because I was like, Saints are going to win. I don't need to watch it. Well, won't make that same mistake again. Drew Brees threw for 26 passes on 38 attempts, 312 passing yards, which wasn't bad. He had 1 passing touchdown and 1 interception. For a star running back, he had 13 carries, 79 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So from the get-go, New Orleans looked pretty good. And then here comes this superstar quarterback, every once in a while, Derek Carr, who had 28 passes on 38 attempts and threw for 282 passing yards. 3 passing touchdowns, don't know where that came from. He had 3 sacks and 1 fumble. And as for his star running back, he had 27 carries and 88 rushing yards. Vegas came out of nowhere and beat New Orleans 34-24. People were saying today that New Orleans, Drew Brees' arm might be out because, it's old. It was 1 game. I will defend Drew Brees because I do like him. But I think it was just a sloppy game for the Saints, much like how the Chiefs had a sloppy game Sunday against the Chargers. Saints were without Michael Thomas, I will admit. But come on, it's the Raiders. You should have beat the Raiders. What do you guys think? I can't talk about it.
Marvin, yeah. No. I think it was a sloppy game. I think the Saints might have been going in, hey, these are the Raiders. These guys, their season, they're not Super Bowl playoff contention team. Yet they go in there, they go into the Death Star, and they lose. And we see that with teams that think they can go in and play. It's any given Sunday or Monday, any given game. I mean, this is the NFL we're talking about. We're not talking about high school football or college football. We're talking about the NFL, in which it doesn't matter. We saw Sunday, again, like you said, the Chiefs. They were on the brink of losing, and Mahomes has never lost in September. And it's the same thing here. Saints come in last year being playoff teams, possible Super Bowl contenders, and then yet lose to the Raiders. So, I mean,
What is
I think
this?
they were just going in there thinking.
Yeah, what does this mean for the Raiders? Do you guys think? Because I mean, they're 2-0. They're playing the Patriots this coming week. Does this mean anything for the Raiders at all, or was it just 2 games that they got to win?
If the Raiders win, they're going to start making some noise. If they lose, that's the end of their season. That's because that's how they always are.
Yeah.
If they lose the big game, then they're done.
So I'm looking at their schedule right now. Next week they play New England at New England. They're playing at New England, and then they play Buffalo, Kansas City, and then Tampa Bay. So I think that's going to be a pretty good set of games there. Pretty tough.
And yeah, I don't want the Raiders to do good. Broncos, I don't know. For me personally, Broncos have always been a team that I've always hoped would do good, and then we go and play them, and it'll be a good game like that. That game when
We can't be friends.
when we got the field goal, remember, and it hit the goalpost and went in. I like a close game against the Broncos.
We can be friends.
Raiders, I do not like a close game at all. Like I like a close game against the Broncos, but we win. Like it's cool to watch them do good for me personally. I don't really know why, but it's cool to watch them do good. But then at the end of the season, we're winning the division. We're going to the playoffs. But Raiders, I do not have that same feeling towards. I do not want them to do good. So I don't like this.
Well, Raiders aren't going to the playoffs anyway. The past few years they've actually started the first part of the season strong, and then they collapsed. So that's what I'm predicting they're going to do.
Well, yeah, again, their schedule. I mean,
they just got lucky last night, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. That also brings up another question. Is New Orleans the team that we thought? I mean, we were talking about like, oh yeah, that's the team that the Chiefs are going to possibly lose, but I don't know anymore.
Who they play next? Saints.
Saints. Yeah. Let us see. See, they're 1-1 next. They do play Green Bay.
Oh,
Sunday Night Football. That will be a tough, good
game.
That
will decide the season, I think, or at least the playoff chances.
I don't know.
I have a feeling that this is Bree's last season, regardless. So
I actually agree with you.
So if they
just looking at this season and his stats and things, yeah.
I mean, it's in New Orleans.
Oh, it is? I thought it was at Green Bay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that changes things. But either way, if the Saints want to win another Super Bowl with Breeze, they have to do it this season because I don't think he's going to play much longer.
And they had the team there, but then, I mean, losing a star wide receiver like that definitely hurt them. But I mean, you've got to be able to pull through whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last night broke my heart. That's all I can really say.
Yeah, no, that was rough. 2 other games that I thought were key games. One of those being Bills versus Dolphins. That was way closer than I thought it was going to be. Both of the games I chose were because of the quarterbacks. Well, my second game, not as much because of the quarterbacks, but yeah, Josh Allen for the Bills. Man,
he stepped up.
417 yards, 4 passing touchdowns. He's not always in the talks for like that young star quarterback that is taking over the league as much as Mahomes, Watson, different ones like that. He's not always up there completely, but I mean, he's putting up the numbers this season so far. I mean, Fitzpatrick did better this week. He put up over 300 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. I mean, even with a good Bills team, the Dolphins made it a close game. It was 31-28 Bills. I mean, Dolphins are, 0-2 now, but they haven't had terrible, like completely terrible games so far.
Yeah, man. After seeing that with Josh Allen, man, I think it was last year they were playing Houston in the playoffs, and he kind of sparked my interest a little bit, just how they were doing, getting to the playoffs for one, and now they're 2-0. I think that's, again, like I said, I think last episode was, I think the Bills and the Patriots are going to fight for number one spot, and I think they both can get to the playoffs. They're going to fight for that number one division, and Allen, they're going to have a quarterback that's going to be him. He's really stepped up to the plate. I mean, he's got Diggs. Diggs played well. And that team, they got an okay defense, I believe, as well. So they're a playoff team.
The thing is, he can't play in playoffs. I mean, he played all right in that game, but once it was coming down to it, he was about to get sacked, and he threw it off quick in front of him, and it was a terrible pass. Like, could have gotten
Dumb
picked.
decision.
He was running with the ball and turned, and he was about to get hit, so he tossed the ball behind him, and he's not good under pressure yet. I can see him being a good, like I said, a young star quarterback to watch out for, though. But,
Yeah, I agree.
and then the other game, I did not see coming. I don't think anyone saw coming. Well, maybe, but Dallas versus Atlanta. Atlanta giving up a 20-point lead, another 20-point lead within the past few years. I mean, wow. Yeah, I mean, Ryan looked good. He threw, 4 touchdowns. Prescott, wow. He
was outstanding.
450 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's not always, that consistent, I don't think, but when he's on, he can play.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Marvin, did you want to say a comment?
It's Atlanta. What do you expect?
Yeah, that's true. That's what I said. It's unexpected, but at the same time, like, they have a history of it.
A few games that's happened. Yeah, it's predictable. You were saying, Tony?
Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah. I mean, I agree with the. Atlanta. You going back to Super Bowl? Was it 51?
Yep.
Right? They 28-3, and those numbers to the Atlanta Falcons. They don't ever want to hear that. But I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's Dan Quinn. Maybe it's the defense, offense, whatever it is. Maybe it's Matt Ryan. I've heard people say, let's get rid of Matt Ryan. He's just not doing anything. And actually, is he helping the team forward, or is he another Phillip Rivers? And actually, I actually kind of agree with that. I think he's just another Phillip Rivers, just kind of there in the regular season. Then when he gets to the playoffs, he dumps. And that's, what makes a quarterback. But yeah, Prescott, man, playing MVP style there. Playing Lamar Jackson kind of deal there.
Yeah.
3 rushing touchdowns. But man, no, the Cowboys, that was a good game by them. Coming back, rallying back. And, I mean, it was at the end of the half, 29-10. And, man, coming back and winning.
What a onside kick. I mean,
yeah.
One, it was an impressive kick, but 2, I mean, Atlanta's special teams, like, you've got to jump on that. You've got to realize that, pick up the ball. Like, I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, yeah, it might be on Atlanta's offense some for that, but still, like, you can't really blame the offense for the other offense scoring, 20-something points to catch up. No matter how good that offense is, or the other offense is,
yeah.
like, the defense has to stand their ground.
Even Mahomes needs a defense.
Yeah.
I mean, even the best team in the NFL or the best quarterback needs other players or the other side of the ball. And so, yeah.
I mean, because Atlanta,
Cowboys won.
yeah, Cowboys won 40-39, and yeah, so even that put Atlanta putting up 39 points. It's not all on the offense to, keep the other team from outscoring them. But there's, like you said, there's got to be that defense there too.
Yeah.
In my own opinion, though, I think our game-winning field goal was cooler. Just saying.
True.
50.
Very true.
We picked up 3 50-yard field goals. That's cool, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into that. That's why I didn't pick. I originally picked the Chiefs game to talk about, but then I realized that we could just go ahead and do a Chiefs recap, an overall recap of the game. Yeah, no, that. Well, first of all, that was a 53-yard field goal, right? And then penalty,
That's true.
and then they iced the kicker. Then it was a 58-yard, and then another 58-yard plus two other field goals by Butker. He did have that one blocked PAT, but still, Butker,
Perfect on field goals, though.
insane.
And that guy, another Adam Vinatieri.
What I think he said he hit. Oh, now I can't remember the stat.
70.
I wish I would have put it down. Now that was it 70?
Yeah, he said 70
at halftime. Yeah,
yeah,
hit a
something like
70-yard field goal at halftime.
I believe it.
So
Wow.
as soon as or when we were watching the game and he hit the 53-yard, I saw it was a flag and it was on us, and I was like, okay. I was like, put him back out there. And then Reed trusted him, put him back out there, iced the kicker, and then he hit it, and I was like, okay, let's do it again. Like, you have that confidence in him that it's cool to see that, from, like you said, Vinatieri. I mean, you have Justin Tucker, different guys like that you trust that, okay, yeah, they're going to make the kick.
Well,
and that's the thing. Go ahead, Marvin.
Did you hear his quote after the game? He said he got angrier with every kick.
Wow.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, Megatron, I was just going to add on what you said. That right there is the point. If a team has a kicker, people push down kickers. Bill Belichick, and he doesn't like all the kicking and things such as that. But honestly, if you can have a kicker, in which they are extremely important, because you get in games like that in which you need a kicker that can kick those 55 plus, and it's not a 50-50 chance. Should we put the offense out there, or should we should we go with the kicker? No. Kansas City, you can go both. You can go offense, and you can be sure, 4th and 5, we can get the first down. Or with kicking, we got this 58-yard field goal. So that instills confidence. And Butker's young, and man, that was awesome. 3 game-winning field goals, basically.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like, I mean, with the overtime rules, which I personally hate and really think they should change, but I mean,
second that.
Once they, once we got the ball after they turned it over, to us, like, I was confident that as long as we get into field goal range, and not even the field goal range according to, how they have it lined up on the TV, the 35 or 40 or around there. I was like, no, just get like basically half field and Butker can hit it. Like, that's the nice
if
thing.
you
Like
do,
said,
that's
you can trust the offense. You can,
62.
yeah, like you can trust Mahomes, getting down there, and then if he doesn't, then okay, Butker's there. So yeah, that's nice. But
definitely
what I didn't like is being put in that position to begin with. I mean, overall, our defense really didn't look like they were in the game. Missed tackles, bad coverage. I was disappointed having Thornhill coming back, and I noticed how many times he missed a tackle or didn't go to contested a ball in the air, but he just waited for the guy to catch it so he could tackle him, and sometimes didn't even do that great of a job of that. I mean, our offense wasn't really getting plays ran. The O-line was struggling that game, but I mean, and then you look at Herbert's stats. That was pretty cool to watch. in my opinion, anyways. I mean, he had, 311 passing yards, one passing touchdown, one rushing touchdown. Just came out of nowhere. And I think he said he got like a 5 to 10 minute warning
Seconds.
that he was.
He said seconds.
Yeah, it was. I thought it
Oh,
was
seconds.
seconds.
Okay, but yeah. So either way, like, I mean, even a day of warning, like even if he got heard that morning, but no matter no matter how long, if it's within that day, it's still impressive that he's a rookie that he's just like, okay, and just went out there,
Yeah,
and it wasn't even like the guys were just open or whatever. Like he was making good passes and showing really good judgment on when to throw it away and when to run, and it was pretty cool to watch, especially getting the win. Then it's nice to be able to say that.
yeah. To add on to Herbert, coming out seconds, rookie quarterback, new to the system, never taken a snap in the NFL. Uh, Goes out there and plays his very first game, no preseason. 311 yards, touchdown. Man, he really stepped up to that. But for the Chiefs fans, yes, you got your win.
Yoo-hoo!
Yeah, I've said this before. I don't really see us losing a game this season, especially after the Saints lost to the Raiders. That's the game that we were saying that I was kind of worried about. But if we do lose one, and I said this on Sunday, and I said it as the game was going on, I was like, if we lose this game, like this is a game that I can see us losing because, you know, we played ourselves really. Like there was some like plays that we should have had. Chargers played good. Like I said, Herbert played good. That was him doing the work. That wasn't all our defense playing terrible. That was him making really good plays. But there were times when our defense just wasn't how it usually is. I mean, I think I've seen that. I don't know. Maybe you guys can add on to this. I think I've seen that so far with the Chiefs team so far, is we just haven't seemed like the team of last year. And like I said for Mahomes, I think the key word for that would be yet. I feel like we can step it up, and I mean we're 2-0, but I just haven't seen the same big playmaking team.
Well, they better have it next game. We're playing Ravens in Baltimore,
Yeah,
which I think
Yeah,
we'll be ready for that game. I think we'll learn from our lessons from this one, and I think we'll be okay. I'm hoping anyway.
yeah. I mean, you're in week 2 as well, and you're
yeah,
sitting at 2-0, so you really have not a lot to worry about. I mean, you're
yeah.
tied for first in the division, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I think yet the keyword's yet. I mean, I think give it time a little bit, and I think we'll see this Kansas City in action. Yeah, I think throughout the coming weeks, because with COVID and things like that, that's all different. Preseason, no preseason, things have changed, so that might have a damper on how teams are playing and stuff like that. So yeah, I think just give a couple weeks and Kansas City might be back to itself.
Well, in my opinion, I think the fact that Tyrod Taylor got injured before the game, I think it just threw us off because Herbert wasn't in the game plan.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't think about it like that.
I think it just threw us off for the whole game.
Because I mean, you had no one. They didn't watch film on him because they were watching it on Tyrod, and two, there was no film besides like in the NFL for Herbert. So yeah,
Yeah, so Chargers got lucky on that, but we got luckier. We got the win. So yeah,
true. All right.
Yep.
So, what are your guys' thoughts moving on to our last point? What to look forward to? First of all, what to look forward to as an NFL fan going into Week 3? Not just on the Chiefs. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but what are you guys looking forward to as an NFL fan looking towards Week 3?
Saints versus Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the big one. Oh, besides Chiefs and Ravens, but Saints and Packers. I guess Saints and Packers. So I can only think of.
Yeah, Saints Packers. That's going to be a good game. I think Packers are going to take it. Honestly,
No.
I'm like, I think the Packers are going to take it. Marvin, Chief, you want to debate me
I
on
do
that?
actually. You're wrong. You were saying?
Well, I mean, let's just move on here. Move on here. Uh, no, I'm looking forward to Chiefs Ravens. That's going to be a great game. Not just because that's the Chiefs, but I mean, again, since Mahomes has been in the league, we got Lamar Jackson versus Mahomes again. Like I've said before, these three quarterbacks, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, are the next generation in the NFL. And when you see these guys play against each other, it makes you, this is a good game.
And this is
I
like
think it's going to be a good game.
the
Uh,
Brady, Rogers, Brady,
yeah,
Breeze.
Brady Manning,
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, true.
That was like, that was the game. That was the GOATs going against each other. I think we're seeing that here as these guys play against each other. It's going to be a good game. It's not going to be a blowout. We're going to see. I mean, Lamar MVP last year. Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, but it's Monday Night Football too. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's going to be a good game. That's my game of the week.
What a job by NFL so far with the scheduling. I mean, Thursday Night Football coming up, Dolphins Jaguars. I feel like that'll be a good game. Not because they're super good, but I mean I feel like they're equally matched.
Yeah.
And then another good one that I'm looking forward to, Cowboys Seahawks. I always think that's a really good game, and with how Dak played, and then with how just how the Seahawks in general played with Wilson there, like I think that'll be a good game Sunday. But then the primetime games so far have really been good.
They have.
With
They've really been
Bengals
interesting.
Browns, or just this last week, yeah, Bengals Browns was a good game, and then you had the Patriots, and Seahawks on Sunday night. Then the Raiders winning on Monday night, like just all this stuff, and then yeah, like I said, Dolphins Jags on Thursday night, the Packers Saints Sunday night, and then Chiefs and Ravens. Man, like really good lineup for that.
They got my
And
attention.
Definitely.
yeah, for sure.
I hope we see that throughout the year. I hope we see. People have desired sports. They want sports back, and they want it to be exciting. They don't want it to be like baseball.
Hey,
they want it to be exciting, and this is the NFL's moment. And I think that, I agree with you, Megatron. They've done such a great job with this. I hope it continues because I want to see these. I don't want to see blowouts. I guess just for me personally, I want to see these games down to the wire, like Kansas City. Man, that was a great game. Not for Kansas City Chief fans, but as an NFL fan in general. You see those tight games, you're sitting on the end of your seat until the game is over. And that's what makes the NFL fun. I hope that continues. I hope we see more games like that.
I hate it when I'm in the moment, but when we win those games, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, you look at even the matchup for Chiefs Ravens. I mean, both undefeated teams. I mean, you have Mahomes 513 passing yards so far, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions yet. Lamar Jackson 479 yards, getting close to 500 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, again no interceptions, and then running back wise, Edwards-Helaire has been pretty much unstoppable. Like he's, especially in that first game, not as much versus Chargers, but he's been really good so far. And then you got Ingram that hasn't really done anything for the Ravens. He got a touchdown on Sunday, but still hasn't really done much. So I mean, it'll be a good matchup.
For sure, definitely.
Pretty even teams as usual, but
who wins Chiefs and Ravens?
Ravens defense has been really good.
Marvin, is that a question?
I'm double checking.
I see Chiefs pulling it out. Again, it's not blowout. because home field advantage doesn't really count. But I think Chiefs have got it.
I was looking at it. I think Ravens are actually favorited
Really?
to win it. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, their defense has been playing way better. They've put up more points overall than we have, but I mean, we're a team that doesn't go down without a fight. You know,
Nowadays,
I
anyway.
said that during the yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying during the Chargers game. I said we've got plenty of guys that when we're down and it's going late into the game that aren't going to put up with that. I mean, Mahomes, his famous quote, do we have time to run the wasp? Asking if, he had enough time to make that pass in the pocket. Like, he's willing to do whatever it takes to win the game. I mean, you got the Honey Badger on defense that, is passionate that if it's getting late in the game, he's hyping up the defense. I don't really see us losing to the Ravens. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a good game. If we do, then I think the Ravens will have deserved it, the win, because they're a good team. But I don't see us losing that.
Well, I'm going to say it as long as I can, just in case. Mahomes is still undefeated against Jackson. He's 2-0, and you better stay that way. Which I think he will. Score predictions?
Ooh. Tony, you first.
Man, I mean, both quarterbacks going against. We'll go 35-28.
Who?
Chiefs on top.
Man. I was thinking about going. That's around where I was thinking. I want to 35-30 Chiefs. I don't think it's going to be a super high scoring game. I think the defenses are going to step up, but I think they'll definitely score quite a bit. I wonder if it's going to be like that Rams Chiefs game.
Oh, that was a good game, except for the outcome.
True. And so
that was like a Super Bowl game,
so,
man.
The only Chiefs
dumb.
loss I like. Don't like that we lost, but you know what I mean.
I think that's how this game could be. What do you think, Marvin? Score?
24-20 Chiefs.
Ooh, so
that was a little closer.
A little low scoring.
Well, that's how it was the first two games. Mahomes found a way to win at the very end, and it wasn't by much.
It's true. I mean, even the Ravens game a couple years ago. I mean, Ian, you were at it, Tony, and we barely had possession. I mean, you saw that on Sunday too. Is what we had around 4 minutes of possession in the fourth quarter. Besides that, Chargers had it the whole time. And so we can make the plays. It just need to. My hope is that we do it earlier. I don't like the last minute stuff, but
yeah, because I mean you're like, this could go bad.
Yeah, you're really really risking a lot there.
Yep. But I mean, every game that they've done it, they pulled it out.
Yeah,
almost every game, yeah,
except that one, almost every game. Always go back 24-0.
Yeah, that was a good game actually.
But we don't have to talk about that one.
I think we should.
No, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a great game. Good primetime games this coming week for week 3.
Yep. You got Jaguars, Dolphins, Packers, Saints, Chiefs, Ravens. Who do you think wins Thursday night? If you care, that is.
I say Dolphins.
An upset.
I disagree.
Whoa.
Really? Dolphins.
I disagree.
Like I said, they didn't do too great against the Patriots, but I mean they played good against the Bills, but they almost beat the Bills.
Here's why I'm picking Jacksonville. All right. I mean, you got Minshew. Minshew has done, fairly well his first 2 weeks. And, okay, they won the first week lose the second week, but only by 3 points to
And it was
Tennessee.
to the
30,
Titans,
30
too. And the
33.
Titans are a good
Titans are
team.
actually pretty good. So I'm thinking Jacksonville's going to take it. And they're home. Yes, does that matter? No, probably
got
not.
fans.
But still, okay,
So it does
what,
matter some.
20%.
Because,
It's some.
Chiefs fans were there
That's true.
for week 1. So.
But I got Jacksonville winning just because Minshew, Fitzpatrick, big
No
difference.
Fitzmagic?
No Fitzmagic this week.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, boo-hoo.
I got Jacksonville too. The mustache beats the beard.
Ooh,
31-7.
Ooh,
oh, wow.
wow.
It's
I can actually see
it's
that.
Miami, okay? They can be good, and then again, they can be bad. It's not the 1972 Miami Dolphins anymore, children. They retired a few days ago.
Just a few.
Just a few. What about?
I'd go 30. No, I don't want to go 37. I'll go 32-24 Dolphins.
I like it. Doubtful, but I still like it.
Nice.
What about the Saints-Packers game score predictions? Or did we already do that?
No, but that's going to be a high scoring game. Offenses are going to be going. Rodgers has put up points. Yeah, he's put up points. So that's going to be high. I'm looking at maybe 35, 31. But I'm big in Packers here, Marvin.
Gonna regret it.
Okay, here's the thing. Look at Rodgers' stats this year compared to Breeze. Breeze has done nothing. Rodgers is looking good. So,
But the Saints beat the Raiders, Oh wait, no, they didn't.
why are you the way that you are?
I do it for the views that we don't get
Oof.
yet. Sorry. See keyword yet.
I'm going.
See that? See what I did there?
Wait, what'd you go on that one? What was the Packers score?
Mine?
I didn't give one. You're the only one that gave one.
35-31.
I'd say, I don't know, 42-27. Nah, I don't know. I'm going 24 Packers.
Oof. I can actually I see that.
Rodgers
That's actually a better score.
I mean,
like
he
that
has
score actually better.
is
You're both
600.
picking Packers?
Rodgers has over 600 yards, 6 passing touchdowns. Aaron Jones has been going off. Kamara, kind of. But, I mean, like we talked about, Breeze doesn't have his starred wide receiver. I don't think they're going to be that great.
Well, my score prediction is 28-24 Saints.
That'll be a good game. I'm looking forward to it.
And I look forward to next week proving to you all that the Saints won.
We'll see.
And if it's the other way around,
we'll see.
I'll be absent next episode.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Actually, I just got an update on my phone. This can go into as we're closing it out. Mahomes named to Time Magazine's 100 most influential people on the 2020 list. He made it into the top 100. And
good for Mahomes.
Definitely think that's true because, what other young quarterback is on, every commercial, everything you see, already making the State Farm commercials, different stuff like that, or any NFL commercial, any NFL ad you see, he's there. So
So is Peyton Manning, but
yeah, but I said
Oh,
young.
that's right. We got Aaron Rodgers there too.
Young. All right. Anything else you guys want to
Week 3 is going to
say?
be fun. It's going to be great. Can't wait to be back with you all next week.
We're doing another one.
All right. That's the
Oh,
plan.
Yeah. Actually,
Why,
what?
Marvin?
What?
Why, Marvin?
I don't know. It's fun. Actually, yes.
Anyway.
Okay.
Good.
Yesterday, I posted a quote from the last podcast. I don't remember who said it, but that's irrelevant. But we got some feedback from that. Got a few laugh emojis. So hey, maybe we are getting some viewers.
That's good. Hope so.
There you go. All right. So to wrap it up, coming up in KC sports over the next week, KC area sports, I guess, for Missouri football fans. Finally back, new coach playing against Alabama though this Saturday. So we'll see how that one goes. Royals, after finishing the series with the Cardinals, they did end up losing tonight 5-0, and they have one more game left, and then it's on to Detroit to close out the season. Sporting KC, primetime game as of recording this tomorrow. That'll be Wednesday night against Orlando. And then Chiefs against Ravens Monday night. Looking forward to it. All right, thank you, Marvin and Tony, for your comments, and thank you for the fans, listening and supporting us. And this has been another KC Sports Memes podcast.